right there, let me just discuss with you a few things, because most times we have these shadows that are lurking around us, and we don't even know about them. So how do you confront your shadows, Mr. Leader? How do you confront your shadows as a leader? Or most leaders have shadows around them, but until you confront it and deal with them, you will be having issues. When we talk about shadows, we're talking about those gray areas of you that you don't know, but they are looking around you and within you, and your leadership influences around. They're looking around your leadership expressions within your terrain, within your sphere, and within your circle of influence, and they are just there. So, for instance, let me highlight some of these shadows. Could be overbloated appearance, overbloated idea of oneself. Some people have overbloated idea of themselves, and some people even have a very low idea of themselves. All right, so both are shadows too. Some people are given to men pleasing. They like what they just want to please people. All their drive and issues are just to please people, and that's a shadow too. A leader having this kind of shadow is in problem. It's in trouble. All right. Some people are into, like I said, men pleasing, eye service. Some people are into what drives them is quest for money, quest for fame, quest for titles. Do you understand? So those things are all part of the shadows, and there are people that have in intense quest for titles, especially in this part of our African terrain. Probably so many other places, but a lot of people have intense quest for titles, as though titles make them big, or as though what they project before people make them great. So those are all shadows. Some people have intense quest for fame, and they want to show that, or rather, they want to be famous. And if you are not bringing fame around them, they don't see it as anything. Those are all shadows. So, but as a leader, whatever the shadows are looking, and most of these shadows, you don't see them most times. They are there. They are within your heart. They are within your pursuit. Some people have shadows of power. They have intense quest for power, money. They want to be in control. They want to be the last authority. So whatever it is that there are shadows looking around your leadership expressions. You need to confront them. You need to know them. You need to confront them. Sometimes you don't even see them. Others will need to show these things to you. There are people, some of these shadows, sometimes you don't even know you have these shadows. It is people around you that will show you, that will point it out to you and say, see, this is who you are. This is your shadow. This is your shadow. Be open. Be open. So how do you confront it? Number one, you have to be open. Be open to have a balanced ideology, a balanced perspective of yourself. When Jesus said to his disciples, who do men say that I am? He was saying it so he could gauge perspectives of people around him. He could gauge what they know, their knowledge of him. Sometimes you need to ask him, not just psychophants. You need to ask the people that can tell you the truth, the exact truth of what you need to know about yourself. It is very, very critical. Not necessarily, not sycophants, not necessarily criticism, but people who just tell you exactly as what they see around you and how they think. All right? Because in leadership, it's not just about what you do. How do people experience your leading journey? How do people experience your leading expressions? That's what is important. So as long as these shadows are there, they will continue to be a clock on the wheel of your progress. And sometimes they make people find you as a toxic being around them. even in your leadership expressions. And when in your heart you are not. So you need to find this out and confront your shadows. So that's very, very critical. So you need to be humble. You need to face them headlong and know what it is. And again, also, you need to learn. Be open to learn. Be open to read mind-changing books about some of these shadows and how you can extricate yourself from them, because these are very, very critical. And read books, read mind-changing books, have a biblical perspective on who you ought to be, because that's very, very critical. All right, so that's very, very critical. You don't just take an overbloated aspect of thoughts and think that's who you are, or you take the lowest level as though that's who you are. You need to have a balanced perspective of who you are and confront these shadows headlong. Make sure you confront these shadows. Bring out principles that will make you to stay within boundaries. No eye service, no men pleasing. If anyone comes late in a meeting, let him stay behind. If anyone comes early, let him stay in the front. No men pleasing, no eye service. Establish principles of fairness around your leadership set. And this will be very, very critical. I want to stop there now, and I'm sure that we can discuss this further. Thank you so much. And in a nutshell, I will take your comments, opinions, or whatever. From there, we can now drive it further. God bless.